Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and welcome to my 5th Stunticons review. And it's gonna be the Transformers Combiner Wars Voyager class Motormaster. And here he is, the fearsome leader of the Stunticons himself, Motormaster. And here he is in his pretty okay looking alt mode, which is a truck, which kind of reminds me. I don't think it's based on anything, but it does remind me of the Age of Extinction Galvatron, his alt mode, that very stylized, well, not stylized, that what was it called, that Freightliner truck. Yeah, this really reminds me of it, and I think I mentioned in that review how that alt mode would have been perfect for a movie Motormaster. Yeah, and here he is. Yeah, he rolls pretty nice, very nicely on his 6 big wheels. And yeah, it's a pretty decent alt mode. I think this is like the only part that kind of gives away that might look out of place, is this bit here. But other than that, it's a pretty solid alt mode with nice amounts of detail, very tiny Decepticon logo, details there, smokestacks, and yeah. And also here is his weapons combined together. You can just separate them and then plug them in on and connect them on either side. And the only way to store this on his vehicle mode is on these 3 points, either there, or where I like to put it, there on the actual trailer hitch. And this is the only way. They can't turn or anything because of the way this is designed, and same thing with the handle. So it's nice and secure there, so it won't really fall off. But yeah, this is the only way you can have this attached to him, which is okay. It's okay, like I said, it's something, but it's okay. So let's put this off to the side, and let's get on to a transformation. And I think I mentioned this before, but the Voyager classes, the Combiner Wars Voyagers, like Motormaster here, has alt mode, in this case truck, robot, and then the torso mode, or chest mode, or however you want to call it. Not chest, the torso mode. So let's get on to a transformation. First, you get in here, get your nail in there, and separate this down. Same thing here. Get your nail, fold it down. Then you lift this up a bit. Same thing here to detach, and then you fold down what will be his legs. So put forward the feet. Get a little bit tall now. And then you fold down the arms, separate. Oh yeah, fold these bits forward, open them up, and bring them out like that. Rotate the arms, and then take this thing. You gotta take the legs out like this. It's folded here. You take this, fold it forward. This piece, just have it there connected in his little backpack. Straighten out, separate. It's actually getting taller now. And then you're probably wondering where his head is. The head is probably, I think, the coolest, my favorite part of this transformation. You push this in, and it'll flip out the good old box head, which this is really close to what his Generation 1 counterpart looks like. Very nicely detailed head sculpt, and I also like how they kept the detail that his head is inside of a box. It looks, I don't know how to explain it. It does look kind of silly, this box head, but that's how he looked that's how the original character and figure looked like. He had a box head like that. And yeah, it's a pretty cool robot mode for, like, all things considered. Much suited for Motormaster than it is for Optimus Prime. And the only reason I mention that is that Motormaster here is actually a repaint of a Combiner Wars Voyager Optimus Prime. I did not bother with that Optimus Prime because it looked ugly. I did not like how that looked. That did not look like Optimus Prime. However, the body type is perfect for Motormaster. It really does suit Motormaster. Let's get to articulation. Arms go that far. Rotate there. Rotate here. Head is on a ball joint. Pretty good elbow. There is a waist. Can do, wait, if you put the clearance, can do a very nice kick. These are on pretty heavy-ish ratchet joints. And it's got a knee and rotation there. So yeah, he's got quite a bit of quite a lot of pose articulation. And yeah, he's actually a pretty solid figure. Like I said, I don't like this body type or this mold for Optimus. It just doesn't work. But for Motormaster, pretty good. Pretty good. Now let's get to his weapons. They separate so that you have a sword and a blaster. So just hold it in both hands. And he doesn't really store them in robot mode either. No, the only thing you might be able to do is have the gun on his leg pointing up, but that's a maybe. He's not really supposed to. He can't really store them in his robot mode. So here we have Motormaster in his pretty good robot mode. So far we're good on the we had a nice truck mode and a pretty good robot mode. So let's get on to his third form, the torso mode, the combiner torso mode. Let's take that out and put these off to the side. So to transform into his torso mode, first you gotta hide away the head. Just fold it back down, and you can also fold this anyway. So I'm just gonna do it that way, and then you fold these down like this. If you notice these here, these are where those are the combiner ports where the connectors are for. Flip this panel up. You're supposed to angle it so that this is able to tab onto this. There we go. So you get these pretty strange looking angles for legs. And then just straighten it out whichever way you want. I think for the moment I'll leave it like that. Then you come back here and then you have this piece. You bring this down. Well, no, not yet. You actually have to rotate this around because you need this facing forward. And then bring this down. Open this up. Then you lift up, not just the head, but this entire piece as well. And then you have the combiner head right there. I might as well just get a close-up. Yeah, this is the combiner head. Pretty cool, very nicely detailed. I think the expression is a bit weird. Like, he looks angry, but not, like, completely angry. I also like the detail on the chest. There's a chest area. Then you just close this back up. And that's that. It's the combiner chest. Oh, no, not yet. The next part is that you have to turn this around. And you have to peg this onto there. So fold this and then peg it in there. Oh, make sure that's in there. And same thing with this side. It's not too complicated getting him into this mode. Like, I guess one big positive I have for the Combiner Wars figures, their transformations. Even though they all transform, they basically each one transforms into either 2 or 4 things, 3 to 4 things. It's impressive how simple they are. And then this part I like doing is put these against the back, like cover this up, and it has a pretty cool design. Then the hand, fold them forward, fold these back, well, not forward, fold them back. Then you have the other combiner connector ports right here for the arms. These are for the arms, and these are for the legs. And yeah, that's it. And then this skirt part, you just adjust it where it's right there. And there we go. This is the combiner chest. And it's, well, by itself, it's not that impressive by itself. And design-wise, it is a bit weird how these legs are angled like this. It's a bit weird. But I think I'll get more detail when I just have them completely combined. So yeah, this is the chest mode. So I'm going to leave it there to see if I can stand them up. So actually, no, I'm just going to leave them like this sideways. No. Man, I don't think I can stand them up. On the weapons, well, I might as well show this off here. Actually, no, I won't show it off here. I'll just combine them and just have him hold it in his hand. for now. That's temporary. So let me just sit him down. Let me put him like this so that you can at least see him. So yeah, this is basically the actual torso mode, and it's flawed. It's really flawed, and you will notice the flaws when you get him, when I actually get them combined. So I don't really have much to say now by itself. I'll have a lot more to talk about when I actually get the combination through. So yeah, well, and I guess now facts, repaint. Like I said, he is actually a repaint and a pretty good retool of the Voyager Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Don't get that Prime. I'm sorry, that's an ugly looking Prime. It doesn't look like Optimus Prime. It is short and stocky. That is not Prime. It is perfect for Motormaster. And then that Optimus Prime was then repainted. So essentially this figure was then repainted, retooled into a white version. So the Optimus Prime had a straight repaint called the Battle Core Optimus, which it was a white Optimus. Not Ultra Magnus, just white Optimus. Battle Core Optimus is what it was called. Okay, whatever. And then he was repainted into his G2 colors. So yeah, as flawed as this thing is, this body type only showed up in total 4 times, but it's weird. It's like it's two slightly different times, and then 2 repaints. So not often, thankfully. Because I'm just gonna say this right now. This is the weakest of the combiner chest modes. This is the weakest one of the entire line. And like I said, I'll mention it more when I actually get the entire combiner set up. The entire gets stalled up and running. Man, he does have a pretty cool head sculpt, if anything. So yeah, not really much else to say. Like, technically he is a repaint retool, and he had 1 repaint in his Generation 2 colors, and then the retoolings of the 2 Optimus Primes, you know, the regular one and then the white one. So nothing too bad there. It didn't pop up too much. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers. Wait, stand them back up. At least have them sitting forward. Right there. So then we have the Transformers, Combiner Wars, Voyager class. Let me speed it up. So yeah, this has been my review. Overall, I like his alt mode and his robot mode. The chess mode, it's really flawed. But yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers, Combiner Wars, Voyager class, Motormaster. This is Composite EnerJoe, and what is it? This also has been my 5th Stunticons review with the leader. And so this is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.